Hey everyone, welcome to this video. Today the girls and I are going to be baking some chocolate chip cookies. We haven't baked any in so long, but the recipe is super easy for anyone who might want to try it with their kids at home. We've had a very chill Sunday today. Well, actually we've had a chill weekend. We have just been hanging out at home, spending time together, and Jane actually learned how to ride her bike today without training wheels. So that's...
And it was like, now it was so fun. I thought it was gonna be horrible. It was actually really fun.
Yeah, we're so excited that Jane learned today, and then Juliet, you're gonna be next. Yeah. I will have the recipe down below in case anybody wants to check it out.
They're so good. Mommy's cookies are the best.
Thank you.
I love her jelly cookies. Her strawberry jam.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll do we'll show you guys those cookies later on in the season.
They're so good. They're my favorite cookies.
Because I think those are really good for like winter today, and we'll probably so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1 cup of butter, which is usually 2 sticks. Let's put 1 cup of butter first.
You mean sugar?
I mean sugar.
But I feel like butter.
It does. It's super soft.
Okay.
So obviously cookies require a lot of sugar, which is not always healthy, but I mean if you're gonna eat them anyway, it's better that you bake them at home because you can, you know, have fun with your kids and then enjoy fresh cookies at home.
And it's also really fun to make them, and it's actually pretty easy too.
Once you cream together the butter and the sugar first, that's the first step. And I've always baked from like by hand. Like I've never really used the mixer, so we're used to doing it by hand. Okay, so we finally got it nice and creamy. The next step is we're going to add 2 eggs in the batter. So good, let's get all of it in there. Yeah, you can. Now we need another half, and that makes 1 teaspoon. So yeah, this thing is pretty much 1 teaspoon. So I've always used this as a teaspoon, and not knowing if it really was a teaspoon, but it is. So
sorry.
It's okay.
That was an accident. Accidents happen. But if it's on purpose, you need to tell the truth.
I dissolved 1 teaspoon of baking soda with water, warm water, so that it can dissolve.
Okay.
So we added half a teaspoon of salt, and we're just mixing that in. So the next thing is to add 3 cups of flour. Go ahead and add the flour to that. 1 cup, 2 cups, no, 3 cups.
You must adore chocolate chips.
Adore that? You're in love with chocolate chips? Okay, Jane. Okay, no more, Jane. Put up 1 or 2, but no. That's too much, little lady. You're about to have. I didn't expect you to put all that in your mouth. I'm gonna pour this.
It's ready to dough.
So it's 2 cups of chocolate chips, 3 cups of flour.
A lot of sugar.
Yes, it is. It's hard, huh? Ooh, that's a good one.
Wait.
For first batch here, we have. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm on count. 1, 2, 3, 14, 16.
15. Good job. So I'm gonna open the oven.
Sure. I'm gonna be the chairs.
Okay guys, so the cookies are out, and for some reason they didn't spread as usual. They usually spread out and become like nice big circles. I think it was either that they were overmixed, like we overmixed the flour and they became tough, or we possibly put too much flour, but I don't think so because this is the recipe that we always use. Or it could be the temperature in the oven. If it's not high enough, then it doesn't like melt. I did notice that they were cooked a lot longer. They're only supposed to be in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes, but it takes longer for them to be fully done. So I think maybe the temperature is a little low. Here they are. They're nice and round and chunky, but they still taste good, but they're not the way they usually come out. So that was kind of a fail. Okay, so I ended up re-baking the cookies because we were so excited about having freshly baked cookies, and I couldn't just leave it like that and leave us hanging. So here's a new batch, and these actually came out delicious, and I totally redeemed myself with these because these are good. Hey guys, so it is the next morning now, and I am going to make some breakfast for the girls. So, well, for the 3 of us. So I thought I would just show you guys. I'm going to make some chorizo&Papas. Chorizo&Papas. So yeah, I'm going to make some chorizo&Papas this morning, which is chorizo with potatoes. Chorizo is a Mexican sauce, and I don't make this so often, but when I do, we love it because the girls love it too. And I don't make it so much because it's just kind of time consuming. So yeah, I thought I would just show you guys in case you guys are interested. Also, if you're in the Vichanza community and you're in the military community, you can find this at the commissary in the frozen section. There's like a frozen section where there's a bunch of different kinds of sausages. Is after you warm up the pan, you are going to cook the chorizo first. So I'm going to cook 2 of these, and you're gonna just peel off the casing, or however you say it. I'm gonna peel off that piece, you know, that wraps around the sausage. You're just gonna cut like a little slit and then just peel it off. And then you put it in your pan. I usually like break it up into pieces. You can throw it a hole in there and then chop it up with the with the spatula. But I find that it's easier. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chop some pieces of onion. I literally chopped off my nail and it barely missed my finger. Wow, that knife is really sharp. So I'm going to put some onion. I like to put the lid on the pan and then just let it sit for a couple minutes, just so the juices can come out and the oil can come out, and then it'll be easier to chop once it's a little bit more firm. Meanwhile, I'm going to peel and chop. We're going to chop the potatoes into squares, cubes, and the smaller I feel like the better, but obviously not too small. They just cook faster when they're smaller, and it's just, the plate looks better. What I don't want is for the chorizo to start boiling, because then I feel like it's harder to break up, and then I want it to be crispy and... Okay, so it's pretty broken down. We're going to remove it. Try to leave the oil behind in the pan. Now what we're going to do is, with the little bit of oil that's left over, we're going to cook the potatoes in it, and that helps give the potatoes much more flavor from the chorizo and the oil that it released. We're just going to set this aside for now and then toss the potatoes in there. And then what I do too is I add a little bit of oil. They don't stick. I always use avocado oil. And now what I'm going to do is cover it and let it like steam up and cook. With the steam, I'm just gonna let it cook and make the potatoes soft so that they can be nice and soft. So the key to make sure that they don't burn or don't get stuck to the pan is to continuously check on them and give them a little stir. And don't forget to continuously check them. I'm not gonna show every time I check them, but make sure to do that. And I forgot to mention that it's a good idea now to add some salt. You don't need to really put any seasonings because you get all this flavor from the chorizo. You just need to add salt to bring out the flavor, and pepper as well. I think usually people don't use pepper maybe, but I just like to add salt and pepper to my potatoes. So I tried a couple pieces. They're pretty soft, but they're not like completely soft. So you need them to be completely soft, not like where they're falling apart. Okay, so I think my potatoes are ready. They're soft. So I'm going to grab this chorizo that I put aside earlier, and I'm going to toss that back in, and I'm going to give it all a mix together. So here are the girls' tacos. Jane likes flour, Julia likes corn tortillas, and these would be great with avocado or maybe queso fresco. So here I have my taco again, and I'm going to add some tapatio. Here it is. I have my supplements, my water, and then I haven't drank coffee. Aqua, yeah. I haven't drank coffee in a very long time, but we're going to have some today. Hey guys, so I'm going to wrap up this video with showing you guys a little bit of how to recycle in Italy, because it does seem complicated at first. I know that when I first arrived, it was very frustrating, but once you get it down, it's pretty easy. It just becomes like part of your routine, and you just kind of figure out where everything goes. And especially at the beginning, you will come across like items where you don't know how to discard them. So it's kind of easier to learn as you go, because you can just like research like where does this item go, or ask someone, and then little by little you kind of just like figure it all out, which is what I did. Yeah, but hopefully this video helps you so that you can kind of get like a better head start, and it doesn't take that long to learn, like for me. Yeah, so in Italy there are, where is my paper? So in Italy there are about like 6 different ways to recycle, and I have this paper, which is like the trash schedule for our town here where I live. I'm just going to show you guys, like go through it really quick, and I'll probably post a picture and maybe like somewhere so that you can like pause it if you take a close look, because I don't know if every town does this, but you might you can ask like your housing department and see if like they can somehow provide one for you. They usually distribute these like at the beginning of the year, and it has like every single month and the days of that month that the trash is going to be picked up. The first one I'm going to show you guys, vetro, which is glass. And basically you throw any kind of glass in the glass container. So this is the glass container, and it has to be in this, at least in our town, it has to be in this bucket, and this glass container comes like with a home like that you were living in. So usually it's provided. I have wine bottles, I have empty mayonnaise jars, and olive oil, glass. Like for the mayo jar, for example, like whenever I'm done with a jar, I usually put it in the sink when I'm doing the dishes later. I usually just give it a rinse and dry it, and then, or let it sit and dry, and then put it in my glass container. I usually keep this in my garage. So it says on this paper, no crystal, no light bulbs, no mirrors. You know, like this vanity kind of mirror. Like that, I would probably just throw in like the regular waste, dry waste trash can, but we'll get there. So it's every 3 weeks that our glass gets picked up on Friday. Next is cardboard. So cardboard, you're supposed to like, it's like empty milk jugs and newspaper, empty boxes, pizza boxes. So usually if the pizza box is like greasy and cheesy, or you know, just dirty, you're not supposed to put it in there. It's only supposed to be like clean cardboard, I guess. But usually like the pizzas, like when I've ordered pizza for takeout, there's usually like a little liner, like a cardboard under the pizza, so that the rest of the cardboard doesn't really get dirty. So what I do is I just grab that little circular liner that's holding the pizza, and I just like toss that in the regular dry waste trash can, and then the box of pizza, I just put it in with the cardboards. So cardboards are supposed to be smashed and kind of piled up, and then you can tie a string around it so that it can like stay together. But I noticed that for the Americans out here, like we go through so much trash. I don't know if it's because we eat more snacks and more food throughout the day, as opposed to Italians who probably eat more of just like dinner. And we like, well, as for me, like we have food, we eat breakfast snack, lunch snack, dinner, dessert, you know, there's just always food being opened and used up. So I have like a bucket, like a regular storage container. Really just stack up all their cardboard in there, and I usually also keep that in the garage because I just do not want to be looking at it here. Towel rolls, this is paper, empty. This is sandwich meat. So you can either tie it up very tightly together and put it out in the front when it's time to pick up cardboard, or put it like in a plastic bin like I mentioned. Yeah, this one also gets picked up every 3 weeks, and it's on Fridays as well. All their trash gets picked up on Friday except for the dry waste, which I'm still haven't got there yet. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I'm saying, you guys can comment down below your question, or you can go to my Instagram and message me as well. It's probably like the easiest way to contact me, I guess, because I'm trying my best to like think of everything that needs to be said and answer all your questions, but I know that there might be stuff that I missed, so just let me know. Next is plastic. So plastic goes in these bags. It has this like logo in the front, or Soraris, and then it says Raccolta Plastica e Latine. So that means plastic and tin. So that means you put all your plastic and tins in these bags and you tie them up and you put them out in front every 3 Fridays. It just switches off, like one Friday it's plastic, one Friday it's glass, and one Friday it's cardboard, and just keeps on there. So if you like pop open like a corn tin and you use it, you rinse it out, and then you pop it in your plastic container. So what I usually do is I put one of these bags in this large trash can, and then I just toss my plastics in there, and then when it's Friday to pick up trash, I tie it up and I put it out in the front, and that's it. You just have your bag sitting out in front. I also obviously do not only use one bag every 3 weeks. I go through probably 3 or 4 full bags of plastic, and I just also store it in my garage. But if you don't like to store your trash, which I don't, you can take your trash to the eco center if you don't want to store your trash for the entire 3 weeks that it takes for it to get picked up. The eco center, there's usually one in every single town, or if you're part of the army community, then you can go to the base and drop it off. It's very convenient because all the trash cans are there, so it's kind of like a drive-through thing where you can like pull up and the lids are already open, so it's much easier to throw in like multiple bags of trash. The next one is humido, which is like biodegradable stuff. So that stuff goes in these bags, and I usually buy these bags at any grocery store, the Italian grocery store. So whenever you pay for your bags to bag up your food, those bags are also biodegradable, so you can also use those. There's like different sizes. I like the smaller ones. These are the smaller bags, and I like to use these opposed to like the very longer ones, because I do not like to keep this in my home for too long because it starts getting really gross and smelly. So what I do is I just like every day I use one, I pop it open, and then like if I'm cleaning out my refrigerator, I dump all the food in here, or if I'm cooking any like trimming. Biodegradable means like obviously all the biodegradable food goes in here and things that are degrade. So like paper towels can go in here, like if you're wiping down like if you're dry patting your fish or your food or whatever, paper towels can go in here as long as it's like mixed with something that's biodegradable. Like I think if it was oil, like it probably wouldn't be allowed, but I'm not gonna say I haven't done that. Napkins, tea bags, banana peels, and like dead plants, dead flowers. So like if you have like grass like that you trim, I think it should be okay to go in. Maybe not like a big old branch of a tree or something, but if it's like a little bit of like weeds you're pulling and like stuff you're cleaning in your yard, then it should be fine to go in there. And then the things you cannot put in there: no pencils, no diapers, no feminine hygiene products, no Q-tips. Those all go in the dry waste. Yeah, that's biodegradable stuff. So like I said, I like to keep one of these near me in the kitchen, and then if I don't take it out the same day, what I do is I just tie it up and I put it in my freezer, and then I just take it out the next day. There's a brown trash can that's for biodegradable stuff, and there's usually one like around your home. It's usually shared with multiple units and multiple homes, and there's usually a key for that one which you're given, and then you use the key to open it, and then you can toss it whenever you want, and you don't have to worry about taking that trash can out because it's already out, and it gets picked up a lot more often than the other ones. As I was getting to the dry non-recyclable items, that's pretty much like everything else, like old clothes, old sponges, female sanitary products, old toothpaste, you know, just like pretty much anything that doesn't go in the other categories you put in there. And it says dry waste because it's not supposed to be anything wet. So for this one, you do have a trash can of your own. For each home has one, which is a green trash can. Take it out every Tuesday, picked up every 3 weeks. So that kind of sucks because that one is, I feel like, is used the most. But if you're recycling very well, it should be okay for you to like make it. So that I use these plastic bags, like, and I just use this trash can, and I usually pop this underneath my sink. And I usually, like, I would prefer to put my plastic bins under my sink as well, so I'm not like, because it usually goes back there, but it's too tall to fit underneath my sink. But I do want to get a smaller plastic one that's probably this size so that I can pop them both under my sink, so I don't have like trash showing because it's just like annoying. Ow, my knees are hurting. Sorry. Okay, last one that I'm going to talk about is the eco center items. So that's like all large items like old couches, old bed frames, old washers, stoves, hoses, and maybe like huge trimmings of like branches or old phones and batteries. That goes to the eco center, so you have to drive that there to the one nearby your town or on the base. It's not mentioned on here, but I don't know if this is everywhere, but in our little neighborhood, there is a yellow trash bin for baby diapers, soiled baby diapers. So Usually the dirty diapers go in this one, but if your town or neighborhood offers the yellow bin, then you can just like bag them up and take them to that yellow bin that is also shared within like your little neighborhood or like a certain group. So that's the only thing that's not mentioned on here. So if there's kind of 7 ways to dispose of your trash if you have a baby. This one would probably get filled up very quickly if you're using it for diapers. So hopefully that one is offered to you guys if you have a baby. And so there are technically 7 ways, but the 7th way, I don't know why it's not in here. I don't know if it's a new thing, but yeah, there's a trash can in our neighborhood for diapers. Like if I have like this package of ham and I say it goes bad in my fridge, I'm gonna put the ham in this biodegradable bag. I'm gonna put the plastic that it comes inside of in the plastic bin, and then the cardboard, I'm gonna put it in my cardboard plastic bin, which is in the garage. I didn't bring it. And so yeah, it's kind of like everything has its own place, but like it's such a big difference because well, or at least where I was from in Los Angeles, I don't know how they were anywhere else, but like the trash cans are huge, like the black trash cans, and then the blue recyclable trash cans are like even bigger. So yeah, these are like, we only get like one little tiny trash bin for our dry waste, so it's very important. And I think they do that so that we can recycle properly, and it works because we used to get our dry waste trash picked up every 2 weeks, and like you can get away with putting more in there that was not supposed to go in there, but now it's even harder, so because it's every 3 weeks now that it gets picked up. But I think that's all for now. I feel like this is a little long, but if you guys have any questions, like I said, reach out to me and I will answer. So that is all. I'm gonna wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.